every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Without giving a warning, I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. Turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight.
There we go. Thanks. Yeah, so off to a good start. It's been a couple of weeks, and I didn't have the sound, and then I was muted when I started talking to you. But basically, OBS the streaming stuff has done an update, and I don't know if everything's going to work quite as well. But I think we should be all good to go, and you should be able to hear me now. Let me know if it is back and all working fine, but I will take it that no one else is in the chat saying muted, that it is all up and working. So game week 30 tomorrow. Feels like we've had quite a lot of time without the football on, all of that. So yeah, very, very pleased to have the football coming back on, as I think we all are, but it has been nice to have a little bit of a break, I must say. If you guys don't follow me over on Twitter already, there is my page. Please make sure you go and do so. The link is in the description down below. But yeah, let's get into game week 30. So in terms of my game week 29, if you guys haven't seen my team review video, I scored 52 with a -4, which gave me a very, very small red arrow. Pretty much flat, about 500 places I think I dropped, so just outside the top 20k now. But yeah, I mean, it was a pretty dull game week, I have to admit. I think a lot of what people predicted to happen did end up happening. So, but yeah, I mean, 52. Let me know how you guys got on. I know it was a long time ago, but we haven't streamed since. So, let me know how you guys got on in that game week, and yeah, we'll get into game week 30 and my team and all of that. Cool. So, in terms of my team for next week, this is how we're lining up at the moment. Sorry, we will do the usual shout outs and all those bits as well. Forgot about that. God, it's been that long since I've streamed. I don't know what I'm doing. Welcome Teddy, Samuli, Harry, Ray, Ayush, Mark, Off Spinners in a Hurry, Rajesh, Akash, Matthew, Sherwin, Cruzen, Maud, Aiden. Welcome everyone. Thank you all very much for joining as always. Yeah, so this is how my team is lining up for this game week. 3-4-3. I do have one transfer that I can make. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. Currently got Cancelo on the bench. I think the rest of them are pretty self-explanatory. Like Areola, I could play over Martinez, but especially with Grealish back, it's pretty simple. I'm going to go with Martinez out of the two of them. Dunk, United, and then Lookman again against my double Villa defence. I'm not going to change that. The only one is Cancelo, and do I play him potentially over Konza? But I'm pretty set on this. I do have a free transfer, and I'm sure you're all looking at my team thinking I still own Aubameyang, and I've got Gundogan starting as well. They're probably the two players that I would consider benching out of my starting 11 this week. So that's where I'm looking in terms of my transfer this game week. I have one free transfer, and I'm planning on wildcarding in game week 31. So I will probably be taking a 1 week punt on a player this game week. Cool. So what are you guys saying? You're playing Diaz, Gundogan, and Dallas this game week. In terms of your defense, yeah, not bad. I think there's a lot of grounds if you are like me benching your Manchester City defenders. I think there's a lot of grounds to go on for that. I wouldn't be too concerned either way. If you're playing one, fine. I probably wouldn't want to play two. But yeah, is Albert to Bruno for a hit worth it, or should I bench Albert and play? So Antonio, I'd play Antonio. I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd probably just play Antonio in that situation. Hamza. You're benching both your Man City defenders. Yeah. Start one of Dean or Gundogan. I'd have to back. You have to kind of back Dean in this situation. I know Gundogan is ownership and all that, but Dean at home to Palace, I think there's good chance for a return from him there. Salah, Bruno, Lingard, Gundogan, Shaw, Stones have to bench 3. Who to bench? Salah, Bruno, Lingard. Well, you're not going to bench Salah or Bruno, realistically. I'd potentially bench... Who are the defenders? I'd bench Stones in there for sure. That's really tough. Like, your bench is going to be absolutely stacked this week because, like, I'd bench Stones, Gundogan, and potentially Lingard. Because realistically, you're not going to bench Salah or Bruno. I know, like Salah, you could debate his form recently, but I don't think you're gonna bench him. So I'd have to pick the others. You're selling Werner. Don't know who to buy. I wouldn't sell Werner this week, Frederick, if I'm honest. He's one of the great 1 week punter this week. I know he misses a lot of chances, and as a Chelsea fan, it's pretty infuriating to see. But I would have to back starting. I wouldn't sell Werner this week. You've done Dunk to Alonso for a -4. Oh, is it worth it for a 1 week punt? Wildcard game week 30. So if you're having to start Dunk this game week, then yes. I don't know if Dunk would be starting for you if you didn't make that transfer, or if you'd have a City defender, for example. If you have a City defender that could play instead of Dunk, I'd probably do that and not take the -4. But for now, yeah, if Dunk has to play, then yeah, I would take that hit. Welcome, Slivo. Appreciate it. Hope you're all well. Hope you've all had a good international break. Watkins or Gundogan to start? I'd go Watkins, just because I think there's slight risk of rotation with Gundogan this week, whereas with Grealish back, Watkins becomes a slightly better asset. You're doing Alonso in for your 1 week punt. I think you and everyone else on Twitter, I quite possibly will be doing the same. So I could do Dunk to Alonso and just bench Aubameyang. Now, I know that could end badly, but it's a very plausible way to go. I could also do Aubameyang to Fernandes again, but then, who do I expect to be the highest scorers of the game week? I can practically afford anyone. The only players I can't get are forwards, but I can practically get any player in the game that I want that is a defender or a midfielder, and I will just start them this week. So who would you guys look for me to get in? Do you think Alonso is going to be the highest scoring player of the game week? Or would you go for a Chelsea attacker? Or do you think I should just go Aubameyang to Bruno Fernandes? Do you think that just play it a bit safer, Aubameyang to Bruno, and just do it that way? What would you do in terms of this team? Adit is asking Rafinha and Laka or Bale and Che Adams. To be honest, I'd go Rafinha and Che Adams out of the two. If I had to pick one, I'd go Rafinha and Lacazette, but I prefer Rafinha and Che Adams given the form both those players are in. I think Southampton and Che Adams in particular, they're playing better recently, and I expect them to continue their form. Ings could be coming back into the lineup now. Ward-Prowse, we don't know if he's going to be ready to start, but Ings coming back could be really big for them. So, yeah, I think he's a good shout. I have also considered Reece James. I do slightly worry if he's going to start this game week, if I'm honest. I do like Reece James. I think the thing is, Reece James will probably come on for a 1-pointer, which I won't get if I go Alonso, if he doesn't start. So that's why I think Alonso may be a bit safer. Is Azpilicueta worth the 1 mil? To be honest, if this was a season where we had really tight money, we were stretched for our budget, I would say no. But given the amount of money we have at the moment, the occasional extra start you'll get out of Azpilicueta, the occasional attacking return you may get, the occasional bonus point, it's probably worth it. If you don't have money you need to spend on other things, then I would. If you're really strapped for cash, then it's not really worth it. Then it's $1 million that you can save. But I do like Azpilicueta as an option over Rudiger if you can afford that. You're thinking to wildcarding in with 32 instead of 31. I don't particularly understand the rationale behind that, if I'm honest. If you look at some of the fixtures that we've got coming up, the fixture swings happen. The fixture swings happen next week. Let me zoom out for you. Yeah, let me go on the fixture ticket actually here. A lot of the fixture swings happen next week. So Villa, it swings next week. Leeds, it swings next week. Spurs a little bit. West Ham, Wolves got on a really good run. There's not many teams that have a fixture swing in game week 32 that you'd want a wild card then. So I'd understand if you go after 32, if you go in the gap here, that's something else. But if you're delaying it by 1 week to do after game week 31, I don't see why you'd wild card in that gap. I think it's either before 31 or after. It's either here, so between game week 30 and 31, between 32 and 33, or between 33 and 34. Wildcarding this week can work. I mean, if I look at the fixtures, I understand why you do it this week, but I personally think next week will be a better time to do it. But Nuclear, you're way too broke to bring Alonso, so I was thinking about Bale out for Havertz as a 1 week punt. Yeah, I really like Havertz. He's in a couple of my articles and bits on Twitter and Instagram. I really like him as a differential. So if you guys don't own him already, I do think he's a good pick. Selling Bale is always going to be a risk. we're always going to have to accept that, you know, bailout is going to be a risk, because if he does start, you know, there's always going to be potential for returns there. But yeah, for now, I probably would do that if it's for free. If there's another way of getting it, then maybe. But yeah, I would probably do that if it came down to it. Use Son and Bale, or drop one for Fernandes. If it's for free and you can do Bale to Bruno, I would probably do that. Guys, if you could just drop a like on the stream, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you all for coming to spend your Friday evenings with me. I haven't made my transfers yet. I don't quite know what I'm going to do. But yeah, if you could just hit a like on the stream if you are enjoying it. Before we go on, I suppose just to say a big thank you to you all for 4,000 subscribers. So we have hit that at some point over the past couple of days. We're now also on sort of 4,100 as well. So onwards to the 5,000 mark. Hopefully, you know, I don't expect to hit it before the end of the season, because that's 100 new subscribers every game week, which I don't expect. But sort of some point in the pre-season time, after the end of the season, before it sort of really kicks off, I hope to hit it, and then we can push on next season. But yeah, really appreciate the 4,000 of you that have subscribed to me over the course of this season. Will Son play? I highly expect him to play, so yeah, I would expect, yeah. Bale or Son definitely. Son definitely. You're going for a 3-5-2. Who to start? Mings with Martinez or Cancelo and Martinez? I know it's a defensive double up, but looking at my team, like, I'd have to go with Mings out of the two of them. I think there's a better chance of return there. Evening Penguin. I use Harry, no doubt capable of getting you to 5k. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Cresswell and Watkins for Alonso and DCL for a -4. What, to bring in Alonso and DCL for a -4? I probably wouldn't do both of them. I think Cresswell's a good option this week, so I'd potentially just do Watkins to DCL or Cresswell to. I wouldn't do both. Yeah, Nuclear. I think, you know, setting targets is always a good thing to do. So 4.5k, maybe what we aim for by the end of the season. Have I played my bench boost? So I was talking. My brother plays FPL, and I help him with his team. And he still has his bench boost left, and I was talking to him about it. Basically, if you want to play it safe, this is probably the best game week to play it. If you want to take the risk that there's a double game week towards the end of the season, which there could be with fixture reschedules, then that would be the best time to play it. So it just depends on whether if you've got a good bench this week, like a lot of people do, then I would potentially look at playing it this week. If you don't have one this week, I'd hang on to it. But those are probably the two best times that there's going to be to play your bench boost. Which 5 players? You'll have to wait for my Game Week 31 wildcard video, which will be released probably Sunday evening or Monday evening. So I do have sort of 5 essentials. You know, Kane will be in there. A Chelsea defender will be in there. A West Ham defender will be in there. A West Ham attacker will be in there. So yeah, if you're wildcarding this week, it's slightly different because there are good fixtures this week. You know, Kane and Son would now both definitely be on my wildcard because of their double. I will be playing my triple captain in Game Week 32, the double game week. I know there's potential for a double later in the season, but yeah, I plan on putting it on Kane in Game Week 32. My transfer plans is a 1-week punt. Aubameyang to Havertz, a possibility. Dunk to Alonso, another possibility. Aubameyang to Bruno Fernandes, another possibility. Probably my 3 that I'm considering. It boils down to Havertz, Alonso or Fernandes, like who I expect to score the most points this game week. I don't know what you guys think out of those 3. Fernandes, Havertz, Alonso. Who would you back? But that's where I'm thinking. A lot of the regular starters may get benched this week, so bench this week is risky. It is and it isn't. Like, yes, a lot of the regular starters, but for which teams? Like, the Champions League, Liverpool don't play, I don't think, midweek. Like, I don't expect there to be Liverpool rotation. There will be some City rotation and maybe Chelsea as well. But I don't think there's going to be loads. Like, Leeds aren't going to rotate. The Spurs guys are all going to start. The Aston Villa players are all going to start. Like, yes, City and maybe the odd Chelsea player may, but like, I don't think it's enough to not bench boost. I don't think you're going to have like going 3 deep on your bench this week. I'd be surprised. How likely is Alonso to start? So, in my predicted lineup thread, which is here, we have Alonso starting. I'd say I'm probably about 75% certain that Alonso will start this week. Yeah, I'd say about 70% chance that Alonso starts this game week. Probably as far up as I'd go, but happy enough to say 75% chance that Alonso gets to start this game week. Any Chelsea defenders you would recommend? So yeah, for me it's Azpilicueta or it's Alonso if you want 1 week punt. If you're going long term, it's Azpilicueta, maybe, or Rudiger. So yeah, out of those for you. Thoughts on Fofana? Do I think he keeps his place if Barnes returns? So I think the Leicester defence, it's really hard to predict. I think he's played really well, but am I right to say that Soyuncu and Evans, one of them will drop out? Again, I think that's really hard, so I wouldn't advise necessarily going in on one. I'd wait and see as well. I mean, they've got City this week, so you don't need to be bringing one in. I can't really answer for Fofana who's going to drop out of that Leicester defence. There'll be not much rotation. Teams need to get rhythm. I also agree with that. I think Chelsea, it depends how much football like these players have played over international break, which is why I think Alonso may get the start. Veltman or Cancelo, I'd 100% go Cancelo out of the two of them. Veltman could quite possibly be back at centre-back again. So yeah. Welcome, Sandy. Hope you are well. Rafinha or Kane for captain this week. So Kane just edges it for me. But I think Rafinha is a good option, absolutely. So should I go Kufal over Fofana? Yeah, absolutely. If you don't have a West Ham defender, that's a no-brainer. If you can get Cresswell, then great. But if not, then I think Kufal is a good option. If not, Dawson. One of the centre-backs are still good picks. To be honest, over Kufal. Kufal looked great, but the attacking returns, it just seems, aren't there. I'm keeping Watkins. I'm keeping him for 1 week. He'll be out on my wild card. Simple as that. Do I think Mount starts this game week? Yeah, I do expect him to. Do I think Mount will outscore Havertz? You've never owned Havertz, so I'm leaning more towards him. To be honest, the Chelsea attack is a lottery, both in terms of who starts and then who returns points as well. Havertz, Mount, Ziyech, Pulisic, they all could get a start this week. Werner, Giroud again could all get a start this week, and then whoever starts, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get returns, which is why I'm slightly favouring more towards the defence and going Alonso. If I did dunk to Alonso, leave Aubameyang first on my bench, if he doesn't play, then it's really not that big a problem. But if he does play, I think he's a great option. So who to start, Cresswell or Ollie Watkins? I'd probably go Cresswell. I just hate Ollie Watkins. Owning him is I think a lot of us will know it's pretty tough owning him. With Grealish back, I expect him to be better, but Fulham have been really good defensively, so I'd probably just go Cresswell. Time budget thus may hit the World Cup button straight after the Game Week 30 deadline. Fair. I'd always not advise doing that. You can start making I don't know if you've got a free hit left. It probably doesn't make much difference, but yeah. Bench Gundogan, Cresswell or Ollie Watkins. Bench one of the three. Probably Gundogan. Which duo will score more to the end of the season? Kane and Son or Salah and Jota? Well, I mean, In terms of points, I know I'd probably go Kane and Son. I mean, they play an extra fixture, but I'd want Jota as well. Watkins is painful. Went for Christensen for this week. I just slight concern about whether he starts now. Thiago, to be honest, there's no certainty about who starts because Thiago Silva is now back. So it could be Rudiger, Thiago Silva and Christensen. Now, I don't think that that's going to be the case. I think Aspi will start, Pilaqueta will start, but there's always that doubt. Am I planning on getting either Trent or Salah or both on my wildcards? My wildcard at the moment, I plan on owning Trent and Jota. Don't plan on owning Salah at the moment. I know like they have a great run, but that great run for me, I'm favouring I'm favouring Jota. Everyone has crazy benching decisions. I know. And you're sat here with a fine one. Lucky you. I mean, I don't have particularly hard one. I may make it slightly harder after my transfer this week, but is there anyone else better than Havertz as a punt in the midfield? If you want a punt one, then it probably is a Chelsea defender. Then yeah, probably is a Chelsea defender is what I go with. Chelsea midfielder. Havertz or Mount is probably the way I'd look. I'd probably go Havertz. He's looked really good the past couple of weeks. So yeah, I probably would just go Havertz out of the two of them. Spurs don't have an extra fixture. Oh, I suppose they don't because they're blank. But I'd still go with the Spurs guys. Bring in Alonso for a bench boost, in for Dunk from -4 or keep Dunk. I'd do Alonso to Dunk to Alonso, yeah. Iheanacho and Vardy 31 plus. The double up is hard. So if we have a look on Fantasy Football Hub, let's look at the fixture ticker. Doesn't toolkit. Like Leicester have like an incredible run of fixtures coming up. This run here, so from next week, and then if we bring that down, like they jump right up. Like this run of fixtures from 31 to 35 ranks third best in the league. It's a really nice run of fixtures for Leicester. I think you probably want one of the two. Risky. I don't know necessarily if I want both, but which I go for, I can't then pick between them. I'd probably favour Iheanacho just. So yeah, at the moment I plan on just having one. I haven't decided which, but I will have one, and I don't know quite which it is. But this is a great run of fixtures. Loving the content, appreciate it. The big hitters, welcome, thank you. Should you play Souček or Connor Cody? I mean, they're playing against each other. I expect West Ham to score, so with that in mind, I'd have to back Souček out of the two of them. Your bench is Dunk and Veltman due to 29. You captain Trossard. I was forced to move Barkley and Bale for Bruno and Jota before I deal with a couple of Brighton lads. Yeah, that's fine. They're on your bench. Like, they don't have great fixtures coming up, but if you're not free hitting in game week 33, then I'd keep them because they have a really nice fixture that week. So if you don't have your free hit left, it's probably worth keeping them on your bench until then, Stephen. So I'd consider that if you haven't already. Would Shaw be in my wildcard team? Currently he is. They've got if we look from a defensive point of view, between now and the end of the season, where do they rank? Not that high up actually. Like they've got Burnley, Leeds, Liverpool, Villa, Leicester, Fulham, Wolves. Like there are some nice fixtures in there. He does get forward. I probably would own him, and I may rotate him in and around the good fixtures. So for now, he is in my wildcard team for next week, but of course that can change. Does Spurs double game week plus Sheffield United 34 mean Kane and Son are essential, even if you can only put 10 out for game week 33? Well, I probably would say yes. If it means putting 10 out, then yes. If it means putting 9 out or 9 out, then maybe not. But 10 out, yeah, I would still go for that. Thoughts on Aguero? He might be a regular starter for the Premier League matches. Yeah, I know. Sad to see him leaving, of course. But He's been one of the best strikers the Premier League's ever seen. I think he'll get minutes between now and the season. I think he will. But I can't predict where that will be. Like, I'm not sitting here predicting Pep Roulette. My captaincy this week is on Newcastle. So my captain is on Newcastle. My captain is on Kane against Newcastle. So yeah, that's my captaincy this week. Neto or Lingard for Game Week 31 wildcard. As much as I love Pedro Neto and I love watching him play, I would have to go for Lingard because of the team he plays for. The amount of goals West Ham will score will be almost double what we'll score. So the most differential captaincy pick that we could pay off is a lot of those Chelsea players. I think there'll be good differentials. I think a couple of the Leeds guys will probably still be a differential captain. Maybe not a differential owning, but differential captain. But yeah, one of the Chelsea guys, if you can get them. How many City players am I thinking of owning for the run-in? 1 or 2. It may depend on what my strategy is for Game Week 33. Now, the reason I say that is because Game Week 33 is that blank game week with Spurs and City. Now, I know I will want 2 Spurs because they double in 32. But I will want a full 11 out in Game Week 33. I planned on playing my free hit in Game Week 33, but with the news that there could be those double game weeks and blank game weeks 36 to 38, I feel like saving my free hit for them. And if not, then just playing it on the last game of the season or something like that. But yeah, I suppose for that reason, I may only own one City player because I want 2 Spurs players. I could wildcard Game Week 31, roll my transfer into Game Week 32, then I'll have 2 transfers going into Game Week 33, and then I could sell, I could go a Spurs defender to get a triple up, which I may well do on my wildcard, and then sell one of them. I suppose the only thing is that actually in Game Week 31, you don't particularly love having Spurs players. They got United at home. It's not particularly great. But yeah, long story short, I'm probably not going to have space in my team for a lot of City players. Who do they play this week? Leeds at home, that's good. 32, Villa away. And then 34, they have a really nice fixture against Palace. And then it's Chelsea. So it's really tough. I may only go with 1 if I'm honest. 52 watching and we have 33 likes. Yeah, like the stream, guys. I would appreciate that a lot. Really would appreciate it. Hope you are all well. If you guys are not in my league as well, the code is on the top of the page. I don't have my laptop plugged into charge. Let's just plug that in. So for March, we have Daniel Banks. I think I've seen Daniel in the chat. Daniel Banks is our manager of the month for March. He's in the chat, so if you guys could say congratulations to Daniel. Daniel, please message me over on Twitter or Instagram, and we will get you a £5 gift card sorted. Message me on any platform, Twitter, Instagram, and we'll get that sorted. But Daniel, well done. 229 points, an absolute cracking month for you. So really well done. If you guys aren't in the league, great time to join starting a new month. Because, sorry, I'll zoom in so you can see 221 points for March. So yeah, if you guys don't know, subscribers get, entry into the league, £5 winner of every month. So March, Daniel won with 221 points. A new one will be starting the next one. But yeah, well done, really well done. Message me over on Twitter and we will get that sorted for you. But of course, this weekend will be the first week of the new league. So the code is at the top there, T1XM16. Make sure you're in that if you're not already. But yeah, What's for tea tonight? I'm not having. It's not Pizza Fridays. Actually, I'm having like a little bit of tapas, garlic prawns, some padron peppers, some little random bits. But it is Easter weekend. It's like the first day off today that I've had since Christmas. It's a bank holiday in England for anyone who doesn't know. So first day off I've had. So yeah. Phillips could be a great pick at 4 point. Yes, he could. I haven't. I plan on owning Trent, so I don't necessarily want to go with a double Liverpool defence. I think there's enough good defenders. But yeah, I think at 4.0, I think he's a really nice option. Best team predicted a clean sheet. So it's Chelsea and Sheffield United are the two that come out first for this week. If I had to pick one, I'd probably back Chelsea out of the two of them, if I'm honest. Yeah, I know it's the early kickoff and you should never back the early kickoff. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed and want to join the league, please make sure to subscribe. Let's see how that subscriber count is getting on. 4,112. Very much. Yeah, maybe I should add the Discord link somewhere. Should be a high-scoring week. Like the lads at Black Box said, you prefer to have a captain choice playing late for the buzz. I think Indifia, like I say this and it is great. It shouldn't impact it, but it does. Spurs here. You go thinking of going DCL Monday. Yeah. I have Dean on Monday and I actually have no other Monday night players. But I'm going 2 o'clock on Sunday, Harry Kane. I think most people will have had their captaincy out by then. Mendy will start for Chelsea, right? Yeah, Slivo, absolutely. No chance Kepa gets in. Start one of Gundo, Target, or Stones. I'd probably start Target. Liam, I'd go with Target out of those. What time is it? Yeah, I'd back Target. Why no Salah? Just because if I have money to do Jota upgraded to Salah, then I may well do it. If I have the spare cash and I could do Jota to Salah, then I may do it. But having that, I think Jota is a better value pick than Salah is. So if I need that money elsewhere, it will probably be the first place I go to get it. I'm not banking a transfer this game week. I am gonna be making one, and it will probably result in Aubameyang leaving my starting lineup. It'll probably result in Aubameyang leaving my starting lineup, but to be confirmed. I could also bench Gundogan, but I don't think I really want to do that. Who am I going to bench if I transfer in Alonso? Yeah, probably Aubameyang. Iheanacho and Jota or Bamford and Gundogan. To be honest, Iheanacho and Jota, as much as, that would scare me, going for two massive differentials against the curve, I have to back Iheanacho and Jota there. Now, I know I own them and I will be wildcarding, so I will be looking at decisions like that. But yeah, maybe you say replace like, sub and enjoy with the Discord link and add the like and sub text as a pinned comment. Yeah, but I can't really put like a Discord link in the image, so Veltman or Cancelo out of the two. Rudiger over Aspi, no. Aspi over Rudiger if you've got the money. Play Martinez or Mendy. I'd probably go. It depends who you've got in your defence slightly. If you've got a Chelsea defender, then I'd probably go one of each. If you don't have any Chelsea or Aston Villa defenders in your team whatsoever, I'd probably go Mendy out of the two of them. The only reason I think Mendy has a better chance of a clean sheet, but Martinez, he could easily get 10 points, which is why I'm not entirely sure, and I may favour Martinez just because if you bench Mendy, he's probably only going to get you 6 on his bench. So yeah, I'd probably actually go Martinez out of that. Fernandes just got 2 good game weeks. Yeah. not entirely sure coming up or have been. After some thought, I've gone for Rafinha captain. No problem. I think he's a good pick. I think Leeds should get goals. They've struggled against 5 at the back systems this season is the only thing. But yeah, I think he's a good captaincy pick. Dinner tonight, I'm having, as I said, a little bit of some prawns, garlic prawns and things like that. Do I think KDB outscores Salah from now until the end of the season? It's going to be pretty tight, I imagine. I don't imagine there'll be that much to split between them. I'd maybe favour Salah out of the two of them. No, I haven't. Haven't like noticeably moved it. Maybe I should, doesn't. I haven't noticeably moved it, but I have. It's where I do my work calls as well, so my screen is kind of blurry, is it? Is that any better? It shouldn't be. I have this. I need to add some more water to it. I got given this as a present. If anyone knows, well, I mean, it should be quite obvious what this is, but yeah, gonna have it. We can see how my avocado grows every week when we come back on my streams. See if it's grown any more than it has. I've just started it yesterday, so currently it is just a avocado seed in a large bowl of water, but let's see what it does each week. I'll put it back up here. Is that a crystal ball? I know I always say this, but FPL tips are so underrated. Let's get in 5k. Appreciate that, big hitters. Ayush, no, not nearly as well. Was beginner's luck last season. So no. How many games do I think Bale will play between 30 and 32? 32 included, so that's 4. I mean, 2. To be honest, half of them. Screen looks good. Okay, appreciate it. I think it should be fine. Any midfielder under 7 million that I reckon would score just many points as Jota? Not really. Rafinha maybe. Rafinha's the only one that I can think of that would get close. Nuclear, I know. I was thinking about what you said in terms of group chat. So yeah, I know the colour schemes. Like, the reason is, like, everyone uses the colour scheme like that we have here, and like I don't know whether moving away from it is a good or a bad idea. I have put thought into it because, like, the people start to recognise videos that are alike of the stuff they like watching, or do you go for something different so that it's noticeable and it stands out? So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Looks like the Crystal Dome at the end of the Crystal Maze. It does. We used to go in and get all the money. Fernandes captain for Wade. Yeah, I think a lot of people will be going there. I think Kane will probably be the number 1, but Fernandes maybe will be second. Thomas has asked, hello Harry, welcome. Play Bale or Gundogan. Play Bale or Gundogan. So the fact that Bale played no minutes in the last game makes me favour him slightly, but I'd probably go Gundogan out of the two of them. What do I think about Simply FPL quitting? So, I'm quite sad about it. I got on with him really well. Spoke to him a lot about YouTube and how he gets stuff to work and what works and what doesn't. So hopefully he'll be back next season. Fingers crossed. Gundogan out for KDB, worth it? If not for a hit. I wouldn't do that for a -4. When we reach 10k subs, will I doing a vlog channel? When we reach 10k subs, God knows what's going to happen, but yeah, we'll do a nice celebratory stream or something like that, I'm sure. Will someone be back? Yes. What's Brighton's first choice back for then? Sorry. I'm just checking because there's a why does Simply FPL quit? It basically only wanted to do it when it was fun, and it stopped being fun for him. So he's taken a break from it. I'm just looking at the new FIFA promo for anyone who isn't aware, because there's a new striker Adama Traore which is out, which is very much out of my price range, so I will not be getting that. Bale might come off the bench. Yeah, he might. I'd probably go Gundogan. You think Bale will play after his comments on top? Will not play? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me after what he said. After what he said, it would not surprise me one bit. Start Stones or Antonio. Antonio, pretty easy one for me. That Alonso with the punt this week. Yes, if it's for free to bring in Alonso, I would be doing it. I would absolutely be doing it. Start Stones or Antonio. FIFA team reveal. I don't know if I've got it open. Let me hide it and I'll get it up. But yeah, keep firing away your questions. The silver and blue colour scheme will stand out because nobody has used it. I might have a look at it. I don't know. Because like my recent videos haven't done well. They just haven't. So I don't know, what's exactly causing that. But 1 week punt on Alonso or Bamford. Alonso. In addition to Kane and Son, who's the best third players, I'd probably go for a defender, to be honest. I don't think any of the other... you could go Lucas Moura, but I don't know if he's going to start both. I'll do a whole chess stream when we hit. So I don't play FIFA that much. So this is my team. That new Kent card gives me severe PTSD. It absolutely does. So this is my team at the moment. So I play this is why I play in game. My boy Mason in the middle, absolutely tearing it up. Callum Wilson, loving life up front. It's not great, but I win a lot of games with it. I'm in Div 2 now with it. So Fabianski or Lloris. Long term Fabianski. If it's up until the double, then Lloris. Bale probably won't play if Mourinho wanted him. He would have played him versus Villa. Yeah, I don't know. You hope that maybe something could have been sorted out, but yeah, it's not good if you own him. Cool. So this is my team. You've got Mason Mount. Yeah, absolutely. What a boy. So look at his record for me though. He plays Cam. 29 goals, 29 games, 30 goals, and he's got 20 assists for me as well. And Callum Wilson, 41 games, 39 goals. Yeah. Did I just change formation? No. As Target and Trezeguet isn't the elite left flank that makes him have to track back. Yeah. Why are people going Alonso so much? Because people think he's going to start, and when he starts, he's one of the most attacking Chelsea defenders, and there's a good chance of a clean sheet this week. Thoughts on Thomas winning man of the match? For what? Oh, manager of the month. Yeah, I mean, I think he deserves it. Is Cresswell worth keeping? Absolutely. I'm wildcarding next week and I'll probably buy Cresswell. Will I start Gundogan or Luke Shaw? Shaw, definitely. The fact that Mason Mount has been captained by both Tuchel and Lampard suggests that he is not a coach's pet and a Chelsea legend. He's a world-class player. I know there's a lot of... talk in... around Mason Mount and his teacher's pet, and there's a lot of joke about it, but if people actually think that Mason Mount isn't a good footballer, they're wrong. I can't say it in any other way than you're just wrong. So yeah. Yeah, FIFA's unrealistic when Wilson can play that many games in a season. That's true. Has Shaw gone cold a bit? the fixtures mixed also. Yeah, but they play Brighton at home this weekend. One of the better fixtures for a clean sheet this weekend. So is Mason Mount a good pick? Yeah, as I've said, the Chelsea midfielders to forwards are like really difficult to pick. So the defence again, like there's no one I think is 100% going to start this weekend. I actually don't, apart from Mendy in goal, I don't think there's anyone I could say 100% is going to start. In defence, Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Christensen, like it'll be three of those four at the back. Left back, it's probably going to be Alonso, but it could be Chilwell. Right back, it could be Reece James or it could be Hudson-Odoi. Midfield, Kante isn't playing, so it's probably going to be Jorginho and Kovacic, but you're probably not going to pick them. So, and then up front, there's so many options. So, Lindelof is injured. He may start. Would you back a Villa clean sheet or Watkins return more? Probably a Villa clean sheet. Yeah, Tuchel has confirmed Werner will start. So if you can, but the thing is, a lot of us don't have spare forward slots because of game week 29. We all had Kane, Watkins, Bamford or Antonio. We don't really have that spare forward slot, which if I had a spare forward slot, I'd bring in a Werner. We wouldn't even be having this conversation, but I'm not dropping one of those three. So yeah, you didn't rate Mount in the early parts of the season, mainly due to him starting above Grealish, but now I want both to start for English. Now this is the thing, like you can't not rate someone because you think someone's better than them. Like Mason, whether you think Grealish should start, Mason deserves to start for England. Mason's a top quality player. Oh, my video is lagging. Hello? Sorry, my laptop has just frozen. And it looks like I froze on the stream, but is it working?